everyone, welcome to Beauty by Trish, and today I'm coming to you for the week in review. The products that I've used, liked, had arguments with, realized it was time to let go, and etc. So if you are interested in seeing what I've been using this week and my feelings and opinions on those, then just keep watching. Okay, let's just go ahead and start with foundations. For this week I used my MAC Pro Longwear a couple days, really enjoyed it. I really do like this foundation. I do like the Matchmaster better. I think the Matchmaster looks better. So I do like this. It is a good foundation. I like it much better than, say, the Revlon Color Stay. But the Matchmaster, if you're looking for a MAC foundation that is long wearing, the Matchmaster is, I think, better than the Pro Longwear. And I've been using my Kat Von D. This is what I have on again today. I've been mixing these two colors to get my colors. These are light 44 and medium 64. I like these foundations, but lately, since I've had a little bit drier skin, I have loved them. I mixed 2 drops of this Smashbox primer oil in with my foundation, and I just love the way it looks. I think it's a little more age-friendly when I mix a couple drops of my Smashbox primer in with it. It doesn't affect the consistency as far as the coverage or the wear time. It still stays as good as it does without the primer oil, but it just gives it a little bit of a softer, friendlier look for somebody that has mature skin, like myself. For my concealer this week, the days that I used my Kat Von D, I just used the foundation clear up to my lower lash line, and then I went in with my Age Rewind and brightened it a little bit. I didn't use any extra concealer. I really didn't need to. It worked nice. I did it again today. I like the coverage that the foundation gives. Touch in a little bit of this. By little bit, I mean, like, you know, or the big triangle. And I just blend it out, and I love it. I am going to be working on my video on the under eye setting powder that I have been using for the past few weeks. I wanted to give it a really good wear test. I tried it with some different foundations. I tried it with some different concealers. I wanted to get a really good wear on it to be able to suggest it or not suggest it for you. So that will be coming up on Wednesday, so look for that. For the rest of my face, for the rest of my face, I have still been using the Kat Von D loose powder. Now, here's my suggestion. I've been using my Real Technique sponge again. So I just poured some of this in the lid and went in. This is just slightly damp, and I just pushed it in all over my face with the flat side of this, which a beauty blender or any facial sponge would work. But I used it with a damp beauty blender, and I really liked it. I've been doing it ever since. It almost makes it kind of blend right into your skin. As far as bronzer, I've kind of bounced back and forth, but I did grab this one, and I know it's actually contouring, but I've used it as a bronzer this week and I've enjoyed it. It's the Wet n Wild. This one is Caramel Toffee, and it's a lot like Marc Jacobs, but this is like $3 or $4, and the Marc Jacobs isn't. Great formulation. It wears nicely all day, and I just really enjoy this, and I grab for this more than I grab for my Marc Jacobs. I don't know why, I just do. Maybe I just don't want to use my Marc Jacobs. I don't know. For my blushes, I've been playing a lot with my Wet n Wild blushes this week. I have on Rose Champagne today. Just really, really pretty. Right here. They're Mellow Wine. Is right here. I made a mess. Fantastic Plastic Pink. I don't know why that cracks me up so much, but it does. And then Pearlescent Pink, which I think is a favorite of most people. And there they all are swatched. For my highlight today and a lot this week, I've been using Opal from Becca Cosmetics. And this is just gorgeous. I've been back on my liquid lipstick kick again this week. I've been using my Kat Von D. This one is Lovesick. And it's Lovesick, right? Yeah. And what I have on, just easy to work with. I do have to make sure that I have some kind of a lip balm or a lip salve on my lips while I'm doing my makeup to prep my lips so this doesn't look dry. Yeah, Lovesick and Lolita are probably my two favorite ones out of that line. Just really, I'm just drawn to those typical Trish colors, I guess. For my eyes this week, I wanted to really work through some of my palettes that I've had for a while. I pulled out my BH Cosmetics. This is the most recent one I got. It was their 6th edition, 6th anniversary edition. And you can see let me get the other one out too here. You can see that I've played around with a lot of the colors. And this is really, it's a fun palette for somebody that is just really getting into makeup and wants, oh, I just crumbled that color. I probably stuck my nail in that. Probably a really fun palette for somebody that basically has younger eyes than I do. There's very few true mattes in here. And the mattes are really, they leave a lot to be desired. I mean, for what you get, I tell you why I still hang on to this. Like, this is a matte, and see how powdery that is. One reason I hang on to this is for my Halloween looks, or like we did that big photo shoot last year for Halloween when I was working with a photographer, and I don't want to use my good eyeshadows on something like that, so that's kind of when I pull out my palettes that have been with me since I started this journey. Even though when I first started out the BH Cosmetic palettes, the Coastal Scents palettes, I have a Coastal Scents palettes that I put together with her Hot Pots, and it's a good palette. I enjoy that palette. If somebody was going to start out doing like freelance makeup and you wanted something affordable, you didn't have a lot of money, but you wanted something that you knew was going to give good payoff, good colors, then by all means, I suggest the Morphe. Morphe palettes, I think, are amazing. I cannot believe the quality for what you get. Their mattes and their satins and their frosts and their shimmers all are amazing. Now, out of this palette, and I don't think I took a picture, but I did use these greens and come up with a really fun look. I used my NYX singles that I had ordered a while back. I used these greens for my crease, and then I went in 3 greens. It was a really pretty color, and it lasted all day, so I did want to use those again. And like, I just disinfected it, so it'll go back away and I'll pull something else out. I want to start working through some of my palettes and figure out what I want to keep. You know, I know there's at all times a lot of people out there wanting to start and not able to come up with money for a palette with a lot of colors, you know, and if I run across somebody that wants this palette for that reason, I would be glad to send it to them. So starting up freelance is not a very cheap thing to do, so if I could be helpful, I would love to do that. Then I pulled out this Too Faced Natural Matte palette, and I have not been able to put it down since. These are the colors. And this really is a fun palette, and you can, this strapless, lace teddy, with those 2 colors and then the chocolate cookie, you can just go into so many different looks. I put these 2 in my crease and my transition area, and then I put the Heaven all over my lid and the strapless is just right up in the corner, in the top corner of my crease, and I've just really enjoyed this palette. This is a really fun palette. If you're looking for a nice matte one, this will be a good one. And then last but not least, this is going to be in my favorites again. This is going to be in my week in review again, because I cannot believe I'm about to do my July haul video and it's almost gone. This is Hard Candy Sheer Envy Hydrating Primer Mist, 12-hour power, oil-free, silicone-free, alcohol-free. I can just tell you that when I saw Emily Noel talking about this, I thought, you know, I thought about getting that before. I'm going to go ahead and grab it. And I did. And first off, I love this smell. I don't know what it reminds me of, but I absolutely love the smell. This, because my skin has been drier, the hydrating is what had really always gotten me curious. I got this, and I think I have used this every single day. I think I have. Now, one of my favorite things about this, let me get my Real Technique sponge back out here. One of my favorite things about this that I have not been able to, and I might have already shared this with you, not even with the MAC Fix Plus or the MAC charging water, I have not been able to do this. But after I get done setting my makeup, if I feel like, now this is before I found my amazing powder, but if I felt like, oh man, my under eyes are looking a little dry, you don't dare wet a beauty blender and put it under here, because it's just going to be a mess. You can't if you use this. Just take this and I spray it in the fan. It really doesn't taste bad. But then you can take this and very gently go in. And it just makes everything smooth. It's like a roller pen in a bottle. Not really, but it really is good. You can go in and do that. I spray my face with this when I get done. I use a lot of powders. I like a full coverage foundation. The sun just went behind a cloud. I'm sorry. The lighting just went woo. I use a lot of, like I said, full coverage foundation, a lot of powder. I am heavy with the powder, but I use this and it takes away any powder look I have. Any. And I have not noticed it affecting the humidity, and the high temperatures we've had here have not affected the wear time of this, the end result of this. I love this. It does everything it claims it's going to. I did use it one day, like as a primer mist before, and I really didn't really notice anything that great. I was trying, what foundation was I using that day, and I didn't like it. I ended up throwing the foundation away. I don't remember, but this is awesome. Okay guys, I think that is it. Thank you so much for giving me a little bit of your day. I hope that you are having a good start to your Monday, and I hope a good start to the rest of your week. Have an amazing day, a wonderful week, and I will see you in the next video.